Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic questionable for tonight's game against the Golden State Warriors. Questionable. The Warriors, obviously, you don't have Andrew Wiggins. Gary Payton II will be reevaluated tomorrow. And Draymond Green said it on the Draymond Green podcast yesterday that.
Did he say the word incredible?
Probably.
It's incredible.
Bob Myers had a podcast.
I did see that.
J. Cole. I listened to like 20 minutes of it.
Yeah, it's very good.
Very good. Bob Myers, man, podcasting. So,
second episode.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever be on that podcast. J. Cole, Steph Curry. Yeah, he's going for the big dogs. Big dogs.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to know who his producer is.
He's got a good one.
Is it just his cell phone? His like Rolodex?
Yo, J. Cole, can you hop on for a second? What time do you have?
It looked like they were together in the same room.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, that was my impression of the video.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. So what did Draymond Green say?
Oh, man, I need a GP2 pack. Here's what he had to say.
Okay.
Gary, obviously, getting Gary back, it's huge. Gary is a 6'2" lob threat. Me and Loon always laugh about what we call GP the 6'2" man. However, he's one of the best lob threats I've played with, which is absolutely insane. But his hands on the defensive end, like, that'll help everything. So to answer your question, yes, we do need both of them, like, and hope to get them back.
Can the Warriors win without GP2 and Andrew Wiggins? Here's a long one.
Okay.
Can the Warriors win in the playoffs without Wiggins or Gary? To answer that, it'd be tough. Two of your best wing defenders, Dante's incredible wing defender as well. But it'd be tough. You know, you're talking two guys, super athletic, two of the more athletic guys on your team. Let's not understate that because that's huge, especially when you get in the playoffs, you start playing against different schemes. And sometimes you just need that super athletic guy to like break the wall. Joe Dumars said to me, remember back in the day, Joe D telling me like, Draymond, you need fence benders. I'm like, what the hell is that, Joe D? He's like, you know, sometimes you just need the guy to bend that fence back. So they bend the fence and then your defense can attack. Your offense can attack. I didn't understand that when I was in college or high school because I didn't understand the NBA game. I totally get that now. Like, and pretty much what he was just saying is you need a guy who can get in the paint, drive and kick, or get to the paint and break the defense down to get the first domino to fall. So the way Steve Kerr says, once you get the first domino to fall, then everything else starts to fall from there. Then you swing. Now they're playing you're attacking closeout. I said all that to say that is Wiggins. As important as he is defensively, that's who he is for this team as well.
And that's what you've been missing.
I feel like we've had that conversation regarding, he calls it fence bending, but we dribble drive penetration or a guy that forces a double team or whatever, gets the defense scrambling. The way he said it was very eloquent, and you can see how brilliant his basketball mind is, but I've never heard fence bender in that term. Yeah. I've never heard that term. And so
that's a good term.
That's a good way of putting it because I really like what he's saying. I think it illuminated to me kind of a lot of the things you and I have talked about for how many years, 3-4 years now in a row. And he's 100% right. And then him calling GP2 a 6'2", 5-man lob threat. How many times have you said dunker spot?
Yep, dunker spot. So I'm looking at Wiggins right here. He's right. Dunker spot, you need GP2. How much is going to help? Where is he at? Yeah, hope, but I'm looking at Wiggins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 13 games the guy's missed.
Well, that's not including the abductor strain. You're talking about the most recent absence.
Yeah, the most recent absence. So, I mean, I'm looking at Sacramento last night.
Uh-huh.
And they don't play any defense.
Okay.
They're a little soft. They're a little mentally soft.
It feels like everybody's very high on them right now.
Well, Sacramento fans are. And Sacramento's having a fine season.
Well, no, I'm saying, I feel like the league, they're kind of like the little darlings.
Oh, yeah, they are the little darlings. Them in OKC.
And I don't mean that derogatory. I mean that, people really like watching them.
They play a fun style of basketball, fun brand of basketball. Play like the Warriors.
Uh-huh.
But they don't play any defense. But I still think if the Warriors don't have Andrew Wiggins, I don't think they could beat Sacramento in a 7-game series. I know they can't beat Memphis in a 7-game series without Andrew Wiggins. You can't beat Denver in a 7-game series without Andrew Wiggins. You can't compete with Phoenix without Andrew Wiggins. You can't. Now, the Clippers have some injury stuff happening here. Paul George, I don't know if you saw it last night. His knee bent backwards.
I did not see it.
He had earlier in the game, he had a 360 duck. It was like, wow, Paul George, look at him. He bent backwards. The knee, he left
Napoleon McCallum?
He left Crypto.com arena on crutches.
That's not
so
good.
That's not good.
That's not good at all.
But even Minnesota and OKC, That's a grind if you don't have Andrew Wiggins. And that's what we're discussing here.
Yeah, you want to stay in front of...
They're missing a two-way player.
Shy.
And there's no timetable. And it just sounds like it doesn't sound good. Like, you see the tone of him coming back to what it was when he first left to what it is now. Guys just don't know if he's coming back. That's a huge loss. And that means the season is cooked if he's not coming back. I'm sorry.
No, I don't think. Sorry, I don't think you have to apologize. I think that's kind of the stark reality of where they're at right now. And we can have both feelings simultaneously. You respect his privacy and everything, and then you can also wonder and have curiosity of when he's coming back and if he's coming back, because they do have the sand coming out of the hourglass on one end. Like, there's real life stuff going on with Wiggins on one side, right? And then obviously it's a lesser degree. You're trying to also, but there's some balancing going on for these guys where, hey, like Draymond could opt out and this is the final season. And so, not that it makes your real life problems, whatever they are, be diminished, but I'm just saying there's like a tug and pull. Yeah. And I don't say that without sensitivity to the situation, but I do think that there's a reality of like, this could be their last run. And, if Wiggins isn't there, I don't think they have a chance.
They don't have a chance. They don't have a chance. Now, as far as the Andrew Wiggins rumors, here's what Draymond Green had to say about that.
I want to let you all know how absolutely ridiculous most of you people are at life. Like, the fact that a rumor about Andrew Wiggins, I don't know if it's true. I'm not here to confirm whether it's true or not. I really don't care. Like, it ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, you hear stuff like that and you care for like him and her, like, and their children, so I care from that perspective. But like, whether what y'all saying is true or not really like has no bearing on my life, nor does it have any bearing on y'all life. The fact that basketball, and I always say this on this podcast, like the fact that that people are so bad at evaluating basketball that you start to run with someone's personal life to try to decide like why they're not playing basketball. Like, imagine if you were missing time at your job and somebody started a whole rumor about like your kids not being yours and like, like that's ridiculous, man. Now again, I'm not here to say whether it's true or false. I don't know. Not my business. But point being, it's not yours either. Like, y'all are so thirsty to know what's going on in someone's life that becomes the thing. You better have some cold, hard evidence if you're going to make that a thing. And quite frankly, I've just seen people talking. Like, I've seen no evidence of anything. You just see people talking. That's insane.
It is pretty insane. It's reckless. And you know what? I was thinking about this yesterday, driving through the city as I see all the homelessness. We haven't even sniffed. We haven't addressed that rumor, whatever the rumors are about Andrew Wiggins once. We talk about Andrew Wiggins on the basketball court, but we asked the fans how they felt about the situation, which I think is fair, very fair. But people want to, go crazy, whatever. But the same people who are telling us or telling people, stay out of Andrew Wiggins' private life, he doesn't owe you anything, which I agree with. The same people are all up in Ja's mix. They're all up in Ja Morant's business. And posting pictures of him as a kid. Talking like we've been guilty of talking about T. Morant. But nobody has a problem with getting involved in Ja Morant's personal life. We dissect it every second as a media and fans.
Well, we've done this with Tristan Thompson and his love life throughout the entirety of his career, no?
Entirety.
And I've never really felt comfortable like breaking that stuff down.
It's not my business what he does with Khloe Kardashian.
And quite honestly, like I know a lot of people are like reading into the words of Draymond and what he's saying, and I honestly don't feel comfortable even doing that.
Right.
Like I kind of don't even want to. Like, and I know why we did play the sound of Draymond talking about it, because people do want to know and they want to hear those things, and I get that. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I feel like we've kind of. I think it's run its course in terms of the Wiggins conversation, and I guess the question now becomes, and I don't even know if this is a fair one, and if I'm insensitive for even asking this, then call me a moron. But would it be better if everyone just operated like he's not coming back? And then if he does, great, it's amazing. But I don't know.
We might be coming to that. We might be coming to that point.
But would we? I'm talking about you and me as people that are on media.
Oh,
we have a sense of responsibility.
Not even discuss him.
Yeah, if we just operated like he wasn't coming back, would that quell whatever rumors? And I still think people would say and tweet and do wild stuff online because people are idiots and they do dumb things online. Not our audience, but the people that are out there.
No, it won't squash anything. You know why? I was talking to a guy named Pat Hitchcock yesterday at the old club.
Okay.
He's like, my wife, guy I have season tickets with, they're dying to know what's happening. The curiosity of what's happening it's not going away anytime soon.
Is that just human nature?
It's human nature. It's fans. Look, and
I mean, we're looking into the love life of John F. Kennedy for crying out loud. You know what I mean? Like people still are fascinated by that.
But also, this may be your second or third best player.
Well, that's
the impact he has on the floor as a two-way player. And you see what you're going up against in the West, and you're thinking that Stephen Curry's still playing at an MVP level when he's on the floor. Klay Thompson's been on the heater in all of 2023. Okay, he's had a couple bad games here and there, but for the most part, Klay Thompson's been really good, especially offensively. And you just think, man, if you get Wiggins back, it connects everything, the defense to the offense to the defense, him defending Ja Morant, him defending Tyus Jones, him defending Kevin Durant, him defending Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Boy, it's just a big-time chess piece to have, and he's just not there.
For basketball purposes, if they operated like he's not coming back, do you think that makes... Can they do like the Patrick Ewing effect, which is Bill Simmons wrote many years ago?
The Ewing effect, the Ewing theory.
Yes.
Where somebody steps up, you win a couple games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that lasts like 2 games.
Well, I'm thinking like, what's the best course of action for the team? Like, I obviously on some level not moved on. That's not the right way of phrasing it, but like they've got different plans when he's not there. Like if this were an injury, he broke his leg and he was out for the year. Do you think that they would be operating internally different than what they are now? Because we don't have an exact on Gary Payton Jr., but yet it just feels like there's way more optimism around the return because you see him in the facility.
Reports.
Yeah, and you're watching him work out if you're part of the team.
I guess. I mean,
do you get what I'm trying to ask, or am I saying something unfair?
No, I hear you.
This is such uncharted territory.
Yeah.
Such uncharted territory.
I don't know, Shasky. I don't know the answer to that question.
Well,
I don't know what they do.
There is a segment of people that want to be triggered by everything and anything, or they want to hype up or continue to. I call it Betty Crockering. In the mix, stirring up controversy. That's not what we're trying to. I want the Warriors to just win games.
Right.
Like I'm here for the actual basketball and the winning portion. But the hard part is the main ingredient in that gumbo pot is Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah.
And so with his absence, you can't make the same amazing gumbo that got you a championship last year.
It's going to be missing that flavor. It's missing that flavor.
Oh, it absolutely
missing that main ingredient.
Yeah.
Whether it's the crab legs, to hot links, to shrimp.
Why you got to go crab legs?
I mean, I don't know. By the way, that segment was sponsored by Golden State, serving the Bay Area for 3 generations. When you succeed, we succeed.
Claw or
visit GoldenStateLumber.com. Do I what?
Do you like the claws, the front claws, or the legs?
I like all of it.
I love them both.
I love it all.
Are you big on the body?
Yeah. No, I don't eat the body.
Oh, yeah, I'll eat the body.
No, I'm good.
That feels more primal than even the I feel more like a caveman doing that part than the legs and the claws.
Give me the legs and the claws, man. All day long. All day long. By the way, you are listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM in HD, San Francisco. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Download the Odyssey app, your favorite 95.7 The Game for the best and most up-to-date sports coverage. Look, this is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. But what does it mean for next year? Like, hypothetically, if Andrew Wiggins doesn't come back this season, because I think we should start operating as if he's not coming back.
That's the way
There's 9 games left.
That's my setting. I don't.
And if there's 9 games left and he's not coming back, then the season's cooked, and we're starting the offseason in early April.
Yeah.
What does it mean for next season?
Well, it means
like how strange would it be for him to make his return next season? And look, again, we're not owed an explanation whatsoever.
No.
But don't you think it'd be weird?
Well, there's ramifications, I think, is the way that I would like. And what I mean by ramifications, if an injury were to have happened, like Steph's out, right? Like there are ramifications. Like you miss the playoffs and you don't go in and you've got to reassess your roster. Hey, we weren't good enough around Steph Curry for X, Y, and Z reasons. Like we're going to make a decision, or the owner's going to make a decision on an extension for Steve Kerr.
Right.
The owner's got to make a decision on Bob Myers.
Yep.
Right? And so all of any like potential roster flaws that are on the team are heightened when you're missing someone like Andrew Wiggins.
And you have the option of Draymond Green.
But that's my point. The harshness of how we're critiquing
Right.
Steph, Clay, and Dre because they don't have another near maximum value player playing in the lineup. Like, there is a trickle-down effect if he doesn't come back. But that would be the same way if he was out for injury.
Right.
Right? When the Warriors didn't win, when Steph Curry was out, there was a trickle-down effect.
Right.
Okay? Draymond was looked at a different way. Kerr was looked at a different way. Think of all the youngsters that they had that, oh my God, we're not seeing development. They were looked at a certain way. It was a lost season. Then they got compensation, which was the number 2 overall pick, right? Same thing would happen in this scenario, except you wouldn't get compensation of a number 2 overall pick.
No.
But there would be decisions that would be made based off the results of this year, and it would feel like there's an incomplete.
Big time.
You get what I'm saying?
It's a big time incomplete. But just think about that. Myers has no extension.
I know.
He's podcasting. A lot of people feel like he's God.
I don't know one way or the other. I don't know.
I think Lakewood will pony up and give him whatever he wants. Steve Kerr's got 1 year left on the deal. They've waited on that one. And I'm sure the front office isn't happy or isn't too pleased with the way the season has gone, especially with the youngsters. Mm-hmm. A lot of those people, they just play the youngsters.